get much more out of them in this state. Overruled. What the fuck? What the fuck? Overruled. What's that? Who are you, pretty lady? Super pretty lady. Oh shit. Moira in jail? That's nothing new. Oh, it's Bronco! No! I actually kind of liked the Bronco. I thought he was gonna be back. Wow, well, there goes that. Look at that. Dog. Dog. Oh shit. Just right into it, huh? At the detention center. Oh, it's the first time we're seeing the detention center, actually. Huh. Oh shit. Music's going in. Oh shit. Still no sign of them, huh? Yeah. How long do they tend to keep us waiting? How now, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sure the guy will bring him in any second now. The killing of Bastion Rook. It's been 2 days since the incident at the park, and today we're paying a visit to the detention center. Our aim, of course, is to interview Bronco Knight, who has been charged with the murder. Ooh. His trial is due to start tomorrow, and I am to be the prosecutor behind the bench. What's taking so long? You there? What's going on? I don't know, sir. I'll go and check it. We've got a situation. It's the Knight. He's been killed. What? Killed? In the detention center? Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. What are you waiting for? Right. Guard, take us to the scene of the crime at once. Yes, sir. Move it, move it. So it didn't happen in the holding cells? Surely that was where they were that's where he was being held. What's the hold up? The crime scene's this way. Where are you taking us? Doesn't this door lead to the prison proper? Yes. You mean those other cells aren't part of the prison? Not exactly, no. Those are the detention center's holding cells. That's where defendants are kept while they're awaiting trial. The area beyond this door serves a rather different purpose. Yeah, it's where the people who are convicted serve out their time. I suppose you could say it's the last place a great thief should ever want to be. I've unlocked it, sir. Please, follow me. Oh shit, wait, I saw pictures up there. Damn! That's Knight, alright. But he's dead. How could this have happened? And how did he wind up inside the prison proper? Wasted no time, huh? This is horrible. How did Mr. Knight get himself murdered? I can hardly believe it myself, but there can be no doubting the evidence of our own eyes. But what's he doing here? I thought he was being held in the detention center, no? He was. He must have been. His trial hadn't even begun yet. The law states that until convicted, suspects are to be kept in cells separate from the main prison. Only those who have been found guilty are sent to the prison proper. There's no way Knight should have been in here. Maybe he wandered his way over? The detention center and the prison are separated by not only by two heavy doors, but also a lengthy corridor. That would have been a long way to wander, especially for a detainee. Partial. I suppose we better take a closer look at Knight's body. We'll need to examine the scene of the crime carefully if we want to get to the bottom of this. Can I leave? I want to want to see the rest of the prison, dog. So this is where all the people that Phoenix got convicted in, huh? The tarps are rather colorful. Pile of old tarps. Kind of stand out in a room like this, don't they? They certainly don't look like they belong in a prison. Look, there's a whip on top of them. You know who that reminds me of, right? Hey, maybe it's actually hers? Maybe she left it in here? Not a chance. She and her whip are attached at the wrist. Trust me. Alright, time to inspect Bronco. Bronco Knight. Killed the day before his court date. You better take a closer look. Bro is fucked up. Rubber glove. Yep, just the one though. I should examine it in more detail. There's mud all over it. Maybe the prisoners were making mud pies? Wish I could have joined them. I love making mud pies. Not anywhere near my crime scene, you're not. Oh, blood. Inmate use only. I guess that means that it must be one of the prisoners who were using it, right? Yes, you would certainly imagine so. The figures are covered in blood on this side. I think we can safely assume that this glove was dropped sometime after Knight's blood had been spilled. We can? How come? Because it had been on the floor when the pool of blood was forming. And the blood would have flowed around it, but not underneath it. I mean, there'd only be a band of blood around the edges of the fingers and not all over the backside. Assuming the glove was discarded after the blood had pooled around the body, maybe our murderer ditched it after they did the deed. It's certainly a possibility. At the very least, whoever it was that dropped it must have seen the body. You there! Yes, sir? Have you seen that glove before? Yes, sir. The prisoners wear them for work. It's strange, though. Prisoners issued with those gloves are under strict orders to keep them in their cells. They aren't allowed to take them out without permission, and we always check. I suppose that would explain why there aren't any other gloves in the workshop. Only one glove was found at the crime scene. Prison-issued equipment for working inmates stained with blood and mud. The body is partially covered with a dirt-stained tarp. There's a rope on top of it. Was Knight tied up with the rope somehow? We should take a look under the sheet as well. Ah, look at all that red stuff. I'd say that's blood. We should keep looking around. There's bound to be more secrets to uncover, I'm sure of it. Why do I feel like this is like Shelly, man? This is Shelly's doing. Shelly the killer is back. Ah, his neck brace is soaked with the blood from the hole in the neck. I would assume that's the cause of death, and that it was probably instantaneous. He wouldn't have even had the chance to cry out for help. A small cut on his scalp too. Was he struck with something? Maybe he fell on his head after he was stabbed in the throat? It's possible, but it's too early to say with any certainty. Okay, you have your camera with you, correct? Could you lend it to the detective so that he can photograph the body? Sure thing. All yours, Gummy. Thanks. All right, here we go. His clothes sure are a mess, though, huh? Indeed. They appear to be covered in dirt. Guess he's like me when it comes to laundry. It'd be grave error to think that anybody else could be quite like you, detective. Wow, that was rude, Edgeworth. Huh? Is that? Oh, I've seen one of these in your office, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm sure you have, detective. It's a pocket chess set. The victim's, I'd imagine. Makes sense. He loved chess, after all. Yeah, it would have been a good way to pass the time. These tarts have a pretty distinctive design, in fact. It's the same design as the bloody tarp around Mr. Knight's body. Yes, you took the words right out of my mouth. That'll teach you to be so careless, Mr. Edgeworth. You need to keep your treasure close when there's a great thief around. I thought you were on sabbatical. Workshop A. Not a bad bit of evidence gathering. Huh, nothing can stop us when we're on the hunt together, right, Gummy? You betcha. We're unstoppable. A regular 3 musketeers. Let's not get carried away, Detective. There's one thing we still haven't found. Murder weapon. What do you mean, sir? I see no sign of a murder weapon anywhere. You're right. I didn't even think of that. Come now, Detective. These are basic investigative principles we're talking about here. Yeah, I guess. All right, sir. It makes me so sad. I actually kind of like the Bronco. Don't worry, Gummy. That hasn't crossed my mind either. The fact that Holly puts my mind at ease, Kay. Items that can prove even potentially lethal are strictly controlled within a prison. After all, we wouldn't want the inmates getting their hands on them, would we? Which means acquiring a murder weapon would be hard enough, let alone leaving the scene with one. Oh yeah! Nice thinking, Mr. Edgeworth. What was the murder weapon? And where has it gone? The answers to these questions may be the keys to figuring out what happened here. Huh? Didn't know the guy had a whole entourage. Who are you? Oh shit, I've seen this guy. I don't know his name, but, excusez-moi, but this is the scene of the crime, right? Oh shit. You're... Wait a second, are you? No way. Those piercing eyes, that furrowed brow. Mr. Fender? It's been far too long. I know, right? But even after all this time, I know that deep bow anywhere, and that neckwear of. Obvious. Manfred von Karma, the man, the legend. Gotta say, I didn't expect to see you here. What are you talking about, pal? This is Mr. Edgeworth, not that old geezer. Detective, please. Edgeworth? Wow. Guess that explains the fresh face. Can't blame the guy for mixing you two up, though. You're a spitting image of the old devil in his days. I see you haven't changed. How many years has it been? Man, good question. But who's going, eh? Been away traveling so long, I lost track. You know how it is. But you know what I do, remember? You betraying everything you were supposed to stand for. But you know what I do remember? You betraying everything you were supposed to stand for. Whoa, where did that come from? And who are you anyway? This is Eddie Fender. He's a defense attorney. Enchante, as they say. Fender's the name, and defending's the game. I'm a bit of an ace attorney. Liar! Detective Dick Gumshoe. And I'm Kay Faraday, great thief. I'm, on sabbatical at the moment, though. A great thief? Wow, that's so romantic. Très chic, if you will. Right? It's nice to finally meet someone who gets it. I'm looking to expand the franchise, actually. I even made signing up super simple. Sounds awesome. I'd love to come hang with you guys if you had me. Sorry, I should have mentioned that's girls only. And they have to be super fun and super cool and... Hey, I totally get it. No hard feelings, yeah? Come on, bring it in. Yo. He's got to be kidding me. My bad, my bad. I'm just used to how they do things elsewhere, you know? Ahem. Why are you here, Mr. Fender? Oops, almost forgot this is your scene. Keeping the defense out is strategy number 1 in the Von Karma playbook, after all, isn't it? I like his little gestures, brother. Shrug. Hey, quit it with all the Von Karma stuff, pal. What gives?
Hold it!
Detective, calm yourself. His attitude is, unfortunately, understandable. It is? I take it you are Mr. Knight's attorney? Guilty as charged, Your Honor. Well, it's supposed to be anyway. So he's planning to represent Knight. If his client had been murdered, he and I would have faced off against each other in the court. Better see what he has to say for himself. Yeah, his team does go hard. So the victim asked you to represent him? Sure did. We were supposed to have a little chat today. As was I. But the guy showed up instead and told us that his body had been found. I'm as bummed about it as you. Even brought him some weenies to cheer him up. Man, what? Mr. Fender, you know you can't bring food into the prison. Huh? Oh yeah, well it's here now. Want some? An advice I picked up on my travels, some Moorish. No, thank you. Fine. You do you. What are you doing here anyway? Anyhow, don't tell me you want to hear Nightside. Von Carmo's always more of a convict the defendant at all cost guy. He didn't teach you that? Man, something with him and Manfred went down, bro. That was a long time ago. If you say so. She don't want any weenies? No, thank you. Have you met with your client previously? Yes, indeed, Your Honor. Just yesterday, in fact. The Bronxster, called me the minute he was arrested. Sounded really freaked out, man. Oh yeah, mentioned your little performance too. According to him, you really made a nuisance of yourself. Not a kind word was spoken, I'm sure. Well, sticks and stones and all that. Boy, did he not like you. Trash talked you something fierce. Can't say I didn't join in the fun, though. Fun? How dare you, Mr. Fender? Lighten up, kid. I'm kind of a fixture in the visitor's room here. I don't think I ever had that much of a gas. Oh? So you come here a lot? Hey, don't go getting the wrong idea, little sis. I'm never on the wrong side of the bars. Just happen to know someone who is. The visitor room is usually where I'm at, but this isn't exactly my first time in the clink either. In which case, I better ask him what he knows about this room. Tell me, what do you know about the scene of the crime? Huh? Oh, this room? No, dude, what do you know about it? I'll give you 3 choices. Isn't it a morgue? Well, it does have a dead body in it. Dead body equals morgue, am I right? Now let's see what the answer key has to say, shall we? Oh no, you got it wrong. This is actually a workshop. So all the options he gave me were wrong. How infantile. Cons come here to perform various duties. They can learn new skills to bank some qualifications for when they're back on the street. I see. And how is access to this room controlled? Who has the key? Chill out, Edgeworth. I don't have all the answers. My man over there probably does, though. Right, compadre? Yes, sir. The workshops aren't locked with physical keys. Their doors are fitted with sensors instead. What kind of sensors? Inmates are issued with special bracelets, sir. When they walk through a workshop door, the sensor checks their bracelet. If they're not supposed to be there, ding-a-ling-ling, an alarm sounds. They let it ring for too long, and then bzzz, they get a real shock, if you know what I mean. If they try to break or remove the bracelet, bzzz, shock 3 times worse than that. What? That's brutal. I guess they need to ensure the inmates follow the rules, but that sounds a bit excessive. If they wish to pass through a door like this one, prisoners need to be accompanied by a guard. We disable the sensors for them and let them in. You get all that? Have any prisoners used this workshop today? Oh, sure. No one's been in here for days. I'd known if they have. So no prisoners have entered, let alone use this workshop today. Which means that there's a contradiction in this crime scene. Namely, there's something here that shouldn't be. I'll take another quick look over the crime scene and employ my powers of deduction to solve this mystery. Eureka! Oh, okay. Prisoners are able to come and go from this workshop if they please. The door sensor would detect their bracelets and the alarm would sound. What's more, according to the guard, no prisoners were authorized to be in this room at all. And yet, here we are. Here we have a rubber glove of the kind issued to inmates. This is a clear contradiction. So where'd the glove come from, sir? I don't know, detective. Not yet, anyway. All I know for now is that the glove is a valuable piece of evidence. That's the last thing, bro. You! Apart from the prisoners and guards, who else has access to the room? No one, sir. This is a prison after all. Prisoners and guards are pretty much all there is. But Mr. Fender... Come on, don't play us like that, friend. We both know that's not true. You know as well as I do that prisoners and guards aren't the only ones who could come in here. Huh? Oh, do you mean... But sir, there... Mr. Fender, would you care to get to the point? Who exactly are you talking about? What? You don't have a pair of peepers in that hard head of yours? You didn't see them on the way in? Wandering about in the corridors, chilling with their buds? I bet if you moseyed on out of the door right now, you'd trip over one of them before you take it a step. Listen, pal, we've just had about enough of your baloney. Take a chill pill, big guy. I'm on your side. You know, for such a wide fella, you have a very narrow mind. What did you...
Hold it!
Detective. Sorry, sir. Look, just follow me, okay? Seeing is believing. Isn't that what they say? This is no ordinary. Here the humans share their space with some special friends. There's no ordinary slammer. There's just wild animals running around. Animals? Yep. Bird and feathered fellows of all shapes and sizes. Guard filled me in on how it came about. Seems they decided to try a little experiment in animal therapy a few years back. The cons are assigned a critter each and buddy to help their spirits up. Really? Wow, that sounds like so much fun. Plus, inmates can even earn pet care qualifications if they go through some job training with the animals. Oh, that must be what all the equipment in the workshop is for. You got it. A room set up specifically for that training stuff. So, when you said somebody else could have been at the scene of the crime, exactamundo, big guy, I was talking about these guys. That just means you're still talking baloney. What would an animal do with a rubber glove? Good question. All I'm saying is that it was possible. The rest is Mr. Prosecutor's problem. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, if you want me to arrest this piece of baloney, just say the word. Let me get this straight. Are you saying these animals can wander freely around the prison? Do you know those sensors on the doors? They detect the prisoner's bracelets and sound the alarm when somebody goes walkabout. Well, for our furry friends, it's the other way around. They're fitted with microchips that opens doors right up. They are? Uh-huh. They were implanted just under the skin around the shoulder. Big needle, quick jab, and voila. What? Doesn't it hurt? Nope, they don't feel a thing. That's what they tell me anyway. Now, where was I? Ah, right. So the point is, they're not the baddies here. So there's no reason to punish them. It's ironic, really. Here in this institution where the humans are caged, the animals are free to roam there to their heart's content. They're not completely free, though. They can't leave the prison proper, for one thing. No sensor on that big mother of a door yet, out, you see? Ah! What's that tinkling sound? Sir? Damn! Look at that big mutt. Just look at that thing. And is that a bell around its neck? That explains the sound, I suppose. Mr. Edgeworth, were you seriously trying to stare it down? I refuse to lose to a dog, he yelled. Not for nothing, sir, but your dog handling skills could use some work. Leave it to a pro. I know how to treat them right. Come on now, come to Gummy. Oh, man, ignored by a dog. That dog was certainly very different to the other animals. You seem to have a real thing against me. Only me. Alrighty then. You met the menagerie. What's next? Guess we better interview some witnesses, right, sir? Indeed. We need more information regarding what was happening around the time the body was found. Let's start with that guy. Hey, you! In there in the cell. Oh, wow. Ignored again. Hello? We were wondering if you might be able to tell us anything about this morning's incident. Is anyone else a little afraid of this guy? Not a big talker, huh? It's alright, man. I'm on your side here. Let's start with a handshake, huh? Maybe a hug to break the ice? Seconds. Out. What's that supposed to mean? Hey, I get it, man. Not everyone's the hugging type. I'm cool with that. Oh, look at the little guy. Round 1. 10 reps each. What is this man up to? Better see what he has to say for himself. Your name? From the blue corner, it's Rocco D259 Carcerado. Don't mind if I keep moving, do you, boss? Fighter can't let his heart rate drop, see? Doesn't look like there's any danger of that. Don't worry, you'll lose too much weight. Don't you worry, you'll lose too much weight doing all that? Gotta make weight before I fight, boss. Won't even make it to the ring if you don't. So you're... Wait, I get it. You gotta be a boxer, right? Was, back in the day. But it's good to stay fighting fit. Leastways, that's how I see it. So was that bear part of your... Oh, shit. Oh, my God. So is that bear part of your training, too? Looks kind of like an apron. It's so cute. Ain't nothing cute about Teddy. Oh, my God. His name's fucking Teddy. Kid's my partner, see? This polar bear keeps me on my toes. Seems to have loosened up a little bit. Now's my chance. Where were you and Teddy at the time of the incident? Come on, boss. I ain't no stoolie. I don't know nothing no-how. I'll be the judge of that. Please answer the question. You punch drunk or something, boss? I told you, I don't know zip. Ugh. So I won't play ball. Guess there's only one thing to do, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Indeed. The more he protests his ignorance, the more certain I am that he's hiding something. All right, let's see exactly what you do and don't know, shall we, Mr. Carcerado? Mind chess. Now, let us analyze the state of play. He adopts a boxing stance, but he's on high alert. My guess is things won't go well if I push too hard at such moments. When my opponent's on the offensive, I should remain calm and bide my time. He's bound to reveal an opening eventually, which is when I'll pounce. First, let's see if our friend here knows anything about the incident. I'll start by asking about his movements, and bring this fight to an end before he knows what hit him. Get his ass, Edgeworth. Get his ass. Why don't you start by telling me what you've done today? You will answer me, Mr. Carcerado. What? You want shots at the champ? Is that it? Then put him up, pal. Throwing in the towel already? That's gotta be a record. Fisticuffs is hardly my style, but I'm more happy to take you on in a game of chess. Incidentally, don't you get tired ducking and diving like that all the time? You think I don't got the stamina, kid? Oh, just try me. I ain't tired. Not today. Not ever. Especially not today. Took it real easy this morning. Had me some quiet cell time. Ollie broke a sweat. Really? You look pretty sweaty to me. Give me a break, will ya? I'm done talking, okay? I'm tired. Yeah, real tired. You may have kept your boxing skills sharp, Mr. Carcerado, but I'm afraid your lying needs quite a bit of work. Tired? Really? I hardly think that's possible. Especially not after you just told me your quiet cell time this morning. Boom. Oh my god, I actually got that perfect. Ooh, gotta be more careful here, Teddy. When this guy lands, he lands. Oh shit, he's fast. He's hiding something, I'm sure of it. I should try asking about what was happening at the time of the incident, both in and outside of his cell. I will need to use my fists in this next round. No, I deliver this knockout using carefully chosen words alone. Answer the question. Tell me what was going on around that time. Wish I could help you, boss. But I was asleep. We both was. I don't have a clue as to how to proceed with this line of questioning. Never consider my approach. Do you remember what you were doing at the time of the incident? I was, catching some Z's. We both was. The incident happened only a short while ago. You seem wide awake, all things considered. Damn. Fighter's gotta be able to get up quick when he's down. But he needs his beauty sleep too, builds muscle. Is that so? And I apologize for waking you. I've read that rest is an important part of any boxer's training regimen. You don't say. So, Mr. Prosecutor's savvy when it comes to the fight game, huh? Who knew? Interesting. How do you know I'm a prosecutor? I don't remember telling you. You've been eavesdropping, haven't you? You've been listening to every word we said out here in this corridor. Which means you weren't asleep, and now you are lying. Again. You're good, kid. Call me clean with that one. Alright, I admit it. I wasn't catching no Z's. But what? Guy can't work out in his cell no more without lawyers getting involved? Or is a man taking care of himself a crime now? The fact that we now know he was awake at an important development. It could well prove to be a useful clue. Enough of your barefaced lies. You weren't asleep, you were exercising. You told me as much yourself. A counterpunch, huh? Should have seen that one coming. Seems I have you on the ropes, Mr. Carcerado. It's time to come clean about what you know. Alright, you don't gotta shout about it. Stomping around like you own the place. Teddy and his pals have been scaring up this morning already. Aw. There it is. You've done well to endure this long, but I fear you'll be soon out from the count. You said the animals have been scared enough already, which implies something happened earlier today. Well, what was it, Mr. Carcerado? Quit it, will ya? I'm getting shellacked here. Fine. Somebody yelled, okay? Real loud, real scared. Got all the little guys scared, too. Yeah, laugh it up, Mr. Big Shot Lawyer. Let me see you do the same thing in the ring. Checkmate. No Z's, no sleeping. Mind chess is pretty cool. I'm starting to get used to it now, too. I think we've now established that you know more than you're letting on, don't you? Fine, I'll talk. You did it, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's not get carried away, okay? Our work here has only just begun. Hey, can we call a timeout here for a second, guys? There's something super big I need to say. It's just, well, it's like fate brought us here today after all these years, Edgeworth. It's a real privilege watching you how you work. Eye-opening stuff, in fact. Just thought you should know I'll be telling you-know-who what you've become. What? Why are you gonna tell Von Karma? Who-know-who? Keen to get the lowdown, huh? Well... Hold it! That's enough. This has nothing to do with Kay. Oh, don't have a cow, man. Why so sensitive? Report whatever you wish to whomever you wish. Just do it on somebody else's time. Whatever you say, boss man. But I think he should know at least. You know, how you've been living your life since you signed on to doing things the Von Karma way. After all, you've disappointed him enough for one lifetime already, am I right? What's he talking about, Mr. Edgeworth? Nothing that need concern you, Kay. Our focus should be on Mr. Carcerado. Now, shall we continue? Time to hear the truth at last. You won't land a glove on me, kid. The incident. There was a show. Finished right around 10 a.m. Came back here after. Did me some training. Leastways, I tried to. Barely got to count there of 2 before somebody screams, "What the Guy was hollering and howling and crying for help. What can I do? I'm locked up in here, right? So I tunes it out and get back to work. I find it curious that you would pay so little heed to a desperate cry for help. I mean, what is he supposed to do, Edgeworth? He's literally locked up. Like I say, boss, what can I do? Besides, this is the joint. Don't nobody think nobody for getting involved in what ain't none of their concern. I hear you, brother. Best you can do is rubberneck from in there anyway, am I right? Mentioned trading, Mr. Carcerado. I can't help but notice how well equipped your cell is. There's a guy, the fixer they call him. What's a fixer? Fella who can get his hands on just about anything you need for a price. No way. Think you find a... Do you find me a... Perhaps, Mr. Carcerado, what you ought to ask for is a better beginner's guide to giving a better testimony. Because I can promise you that you'll be down for the count in 1. You? Put me down? Try it, you bum. And what am I? Chopped liver?
Hold it!
What kind of show was it exactly? Depends on the day. They're bringing him in from outside, see? Singers, dancers, all kinds. Gives us cons a little something to look forward to. Nice, that sounds like fun. And you went online to see today's show? Sure I did. Can't miss a chance to get a glimpse of the outside world now, can I? Then it was over.
Hold it!
What did this training involve? Let's see now. Today was stamina and rhythm work, which means jump rope. What? In that tiny cell? How? What about Teddy? Isn't that dangerous for him? Kid's no dummy. Second I get my rope out, he jumps and holds on tight. You jump rope with a polar bear clinging to your chest? I told you, didn't I? We're partners. And besides, a little extra weight's good for me. Aww. Anyway, I started jumping rope.
Hold it!
Tell us more about the scream you heard. It was the scream of a guy about to scream his last. And I should know. Whoa there, good buddy. There's a time and a place, you know. So it's clearly audible. Guy backed into a corner fighting for his life. You ever hear something like that, boss? Well, I have. And yeah, it was clearly audible.
Hold it!
And that's all you heard? There was nothing else. Nope. Nothing much anyhow. Sure, there was something. What else did the victim say? You have to tell me. Oh, I do, huh? Why don't you come over here and see if I can make you squeal like he did? Whoa, 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 whoa! Forgive the kid here. He doesn't know when to quit. Come on, Miles. Apologize to the good man. But this is clearly important, and yet he insists on remaining infuriatingly vague. Look, friend, how about you let this slide, please? For me? So yeah, I heard the voice like I said.
Hold it!
You were able to concentrate on your training even after hearing all that screaming? Look, if I was on the outside, maybe things would have been different. Maybe I had seen what I could do. But this ain't the outside. I can't go no place even if I want to. And you didn't think to slip out from your cell to go take a sneak peek? I don't think anybody else would have thought of doing that except you, Kay. If only this wasn't a prison, Mr. Knight might have lived. I somehow doubt it. Frankly speaking, there was no saving him. What? But if somebody could have just gotten to him in time. Mr. Carcerado is clearly lying. What I don't understand is why. Let's see what I can uncover by pointing out the contradiction in his text.
Objection!
Bro instantly died. Are you listening carefully, Mr. Carcerado? Huh? You trying to be cute or something? The victim died from a wound to the throat, and very quickly at that. He had neither time nor the ability to scream as you claim he did. My face! Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit! You heard the victim's cries, and yet, that would have been impossible. But there must have been a scream. He said there was. He said there was? Quit looking so smug, will you? Fine, I admit it. I didn't hear nothing, alright? But the guy in the next cell did. He told me so. The next cell? You mean... Wait a second, bro. Wait a second. Huh? What do you want? I heard a scream. What of it? We came back from the show and they put us in our cell, same as always. Then just like I told this guy, I heard it. A scream. A real scary one. Scary how exactly? Didn't tell him this part, I guess, but it was kind of like, eek! Anyone, come quickly. He's something like that. Well, I guess it's safe to say that probably wasn't the victim. Indeed. Sounds more likely it's been the person who found his body. Ah, that explains it. So Mr. Carcerado was telling the truth, more or less. Is that really the case, though? Are there really no problems now with his testimony? I'm afraid a new problem has reared its head, namely. Why didn't you hear the scream yourself, Mr. Carcerado? Yeah, what gives, pal? How come you didn't hear anything when your neighbor heard it clear as day? Graw, head ass, bro. What do you think I did? What do you think I did the crime or something, huh? From inside here of this cell? Guys died over in the workshop, in case you forgot. Well, yeah, it does seem a little weird now that you mention it. He's right. Neither of us could have done it. Because let me tell you, if I could get out of this cage and murder somebody, you'd all be toast. Wow. Jesus. Ain't that the truth? You bums ain't leaving this place in one piece if any of us can help it. I almost forgot these men are hardened criminals. Oh, I won't be doing that again anytime soon. I'm guessing this wasn't how you saw this going, Edgeworth. What's my next move here? I won't get much more out of them in this state.
Overruled.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Overruled. What's that? Who are you, pretty lady? Super pretty lady. Order in the court. Who died and made you the boss of me, huh? Can't you see we're kind of busy here? Hush now. Silence is golden. Silence, you say? It is your hand, if you please. Don't give her your hand. By the power invested in me, I hereby sentence you to blissful silence. Praise be. A simple life awaits you. No money, no possessions. May the goddess of justice watch over you, now and always. Guard, if you would. Wait. Looks like you'll be spending the night in solitary, buddy. What? Come on! Please, boss! Any place but there. There is no need to be afraid, my child. If anything, you should rejoice. This is a blessing, a chance to redeem yourself, to be reborn. Damn! No! Oh, goddess of justice, bless your child and keep him in your care. Oh, Holy One, we gave thanks in your name. And you are? Verity Gavelle, at your service. It is my honor to bear the title of judge, and to work is at the pleasure of the law. I don't know, but that poor boxer, bro, bro got sent to solitary confinement. What is a judge doing in a place like this? Since you asked, Mr. Edgeworth, I have been sent here to find you. I come bearing a message from the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. It is my sacred duty to deliver it. The Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence? What the heck is that? It is first and foremost a name that should not be taken in vain, my child. for it is a sacred phrase from the goddess of justice herself. Why don't I fill you in, kiddo? The committee is a panel of 11 people whose job it is to keep our beloved prosecutors honest. Ha! Well, they've been doing a shit job! What the fuck? They have some type of committee. They suck at their job. Manfred's been running around for 40 years, bruh. In other words, they make sure people like Edgeworth here don't cross the professional line. Edgeworth? What about... Yeah. This panel is comprised of people from both the legal and political professions. A panel of which you are a member, I assume? I am. Allow me to thank you on the committee's behalf for your service. Thanks for coming to see us like this. Speaking for myself, it's a real honor to meet you. It's always great to hang with a judicial compadre. Come on, bring it in and chillax. We're all friends here.
Overruled.
Overruled. Yeah, to remind you that the committee has a long-standing relationship with the Bar Association. Hey, I didn't mean anything by it. I was just trying to lighten the mood, okay? So, your job is to find bad prosecutors and punish them? Precisely, my child. Praise be to the goddess of justice for bestowing her gift of insight onto you. The committee has the power to remove the problematic prosecutors from cases. Should a prosecutor truly unworthy of the title be brought to our attention, we are vested with the power to confiscate that prosecutor's badge. And what does the committee for prosecutory whatever you said want with Mr. Edgeworth? We're in the middle of an investigation here.
Objection!
Oh, who was that? Oh, you? Oh, you look like a prick. Pitiful. You really don't know, do you? What an ignoramus. Who are you, pal? Winner. Eustace Winner. Prosecutor extraordinaire. Though useless winner. I'm gonna say useless. Though you might know me as the Winner. A name they call me down at the prosecutor's office. With great affection, I might add. I have never heard of you. And how about Detective Flatfoot over there? Nope. Name means nothing to me. Well, to be expected of ignoramus, I suppose. Ignorance is sweet, as they say. So I'm sure most things mean sweet nothings to you. What are you doing? Ignorance is bliss, Winner. And I don't think sweet nothings means what you think it means. It is entirely natural that you aren't yet acquainted. Eustace only joined us last month. So he's nothing but a rookie? I'm not just any rookie, I am a winning rookie. Which he will prove himself to be in due time. Now let's cut to the chase. I'm here to clean up your mess, Edgeworth. What do you mean? What mess? I fear I know exactly what he means. The committee's sending an envoy with a new prosecutor in tow. I suspect I know what you're getting at, Winner. But I'm going to need a few more details. Would you mind explaining Judge Gavelle? Very well. By the power vested in me by the goddess of justice, I hereby declare that in the matter of the incident at the presidential address and the murder of Mr. Bronco Knight, the committee hereby decrees that Prosecutor Edgeworth be relieved of his duties and replaced by Prosecutor Winner. Here ends the verdict. What? What did we do? We ain't even done nothing yet. What? Mr. Edgeworth is off the case, just like that? Judge Gavelle, I believe I asked for an explanation. No explanation is required. The guilty verdict is in. The goddess has spoken and her judgment is final.
Objection!
Yeah, hit her. What exactly have I done to warrant being taken off the case? Come now, Mr. Edgeworth. Claiming ignorance of your crimes will not serve to lessen your guilt. You boarded the presidential plane, violating the principle of extraterritoriality, and while there, you performed an unsanctioned investigation and subjected a visiting foreign leader to questioning. Oh my god. They let me on the plane! They said it was okay! You were one wrong move away from causing a major international incident. Damn! You vastly overstepped the authority of your office. To call it an abuse of power would be no understatement.
Objection!
I don't deny that I may have pushed the boundaries where certain rules were concerned. But there is no denying that the certain risks must be taken if one is to arrive at the truth. I refuse to concede that my actions were inappropriate.
Overruled.
Then what you are saying is that the ends justify the means? That rules can be freely ignored? That is a very dangerous way of thinking. The law is absolute. It is not to be bent to your whims. Forgive me, but not all of us believe as you do. Is that so? How unfortunate. Still, it changes nothing. When a trial ends, the hammer falls. By your defendant or attorney. Be you defendant or attorney, even if the verdict seems irrational, nothing more can be done. Nothing, that is, but to give thanks to the goddess of justice, divine grace. Unless you wish to appeal? To do so would be to risk your badge, of course. So they mean to take my badge if I don't play along. Whoa, tough break, Edgeworth. I see you've accepted your fate. Good. Guards, if you would be so kind as to escort him out. Hit him with the objection. No, stop! What are you doing, detective? I'm in charge here now, so you'll do as I say and move out of the way. What? You're not the boss of me. Unluckily for you, Flatfoot, that's exactly what I am. For holding all the cards here, I don't stand a chance. Detective Gumshoe, do as Mr. Winter says. But sir... Judge Gavelle? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? The committee's decision is beyond irrational. So yes, I do plan to appeal. You haven't heard the last of this. Duly noted. Until we meet again, then. Let's go, Kay. We're leaving. Right. Wait, don't leave Gumshoe behind! Oh, and remember, you know who will be getting a full report on all of this. Bro, what the hell is going on? That's so unfair. Ugh, I can't believe what happened yesterday. It was terrible, the way those two treated you. Judge Gavelle and Mr. Winter certainly didn't mince their words. But that's not what concerns me right now. I'm more worried about the committee's reason for doing what they did. Or what they might do next. I suspect it won't be good. Earth to Mr. Edgeworth, are you listening to me? Yes, of course. So this is it? You giving up on the Bronco Knight case? Or is it Gavelle? I don't know. No, I have no intention of doing any such thing. To walk away from a case would be to tactically accept the committee's decision. The only problem is that I don't have the authority to continue investigating. Yes? What is it, detective? I've got some bad news, sir. Word down at the precinct is... they just arrested somebody for Knight's murder. What? Do you know who it is? No, but I heard they're being held in the detention center. Maybe you could go talk to whoever it is. Good idea. Let's get down there, Mr. Edgeworth. Even without the authority to investigate, surely I can still pay a suspect an innocent visit. All right, we're on our way. Me too. I'll see you there, sir. But won't you be missed, detective? Nah, everyone's busy in the prison going over the crime scene anyway. Good. Then we'll see you shortly. Yes, sir. W Detective Gumshoe, bro. You got it. Still no sign of them, huh? Indeed. Wait, this is just like the last time. Please don't tempt fate like that. No, I can't. I just can't. Sure you can. I told you, it's just a pair of visitors. Wonder who it is. Sounds like someone really doesn't want to see us. Never mind. I have no idea who they are. No. Just talk with them, please. But one of them's a prosecutor, right? Aren't they all super scary? All I do is stare at you right into your soul. Ah, you must be the suspect in the... See? I told you. Okay, why is this man so flustered? Probably because you're being you. But I guess that's just how you are. Thanks for clearing up absolutely nothing. Hey, Mr. Suspect, you doing okay in there? We just want to have a little chat with you. No biggie, right? Who are you? I'm Kay Faraday, Mr. Edgeworth's trusty sidekick. It's just a part-time gig I'm doing while I take a break from my real job, though. Funny, I don't recall ever employing you. And that's Mr. Edgeworth. He is a prosecutor, but he's not going to stare a hole into your soul or anything. Oh, please. Really? Really, really? Really? He just does it on instinct. Anyway, can you first please tell us your name? It's Sane. Simeon Sane. Well, nice to meet you, Simeon. You can call me Kay. Everyone else does. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. Please, Simeon, we're trying to help you. I promise. Really? Thanks to Kay, it sounds like we might finally get some answers at least. It's a mouthpiece. Perhaps you could start by telling us a little about yourself. Who, me? Why would anyone want to know about anything about me? I'm boring. I'm nothing. I'm a nobody. Do you have a job? So, well, it's not entirely worth mentioning, really. I'm your average corporate pencil pusher, just like everybody else. Honest. This is going to take a while. About you and Mr. Knight. Just when I thought we were making progress. Okay. So, Simeon, did you know Mr. Knight? Come on, you can tell me. But Bronco? Yeah, I knew him. We were friends. Interesting. I wonder if you knew that Knight had been arrested. And, did you know Mr. Knight had been arrested? Yeah, I even came to visit him. Came to see Knight. I wonder when that would have been. And when was that, Simeon? It was the day before yesterday, around lunchtime. I came as soon as I got the call from the cops. Jesus, Kay's just taking our job. The police called him. Why? Yo, this is so funny. It's like Kay knows what Miles is thinking. How come the police called you? They said Bronco asked them to, that he needed a favor. A favor? Uh-huh. He wanted me to bring him his chess set, the pocket-sized one. So I went by his place and then I came here. A chess set? A chess set? I love how Miles is just like mentally giving these questions to Kay. Is it just me, or is she getting better at stealing my thoughts? Nah, I think it's just you, buddy. You do know everything you think is written all over your... You do know everything you think is written all over your face, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, I'm not a mind reader, just an expression reader. Amazing, right? Don't you just love having a sidekick as helpful as me? And have you read what my next move is going to be? I sure have. There's something you want to show Simeon. Indeed. Let's present it to him and see what he has to say about it. So this chess set. Oh, that's the one I brought for Bronco. Well, that settles that at least. Yeah, found it next to Mr. Knight. He always had to have a chessboard somewhere nearby. I'm not surprised he had it with him when he Simeon. You and Mr. Knight, you were very close, weren't you? Yeah, we were best friends. At least I thought we were. But I guess I was wrong about that. What do you mean? I knew him so well. Why was it such a shock for me to find out he had killed someone? It's not easy discovering that someone you're close to has committed a terrible crime. It's a very bitter pill to swallow indeed. How could it all end like this? I could never imagine something so awful. Something's not right here, Mr. Edgeworth. There's just no way Simeon murdered Mr. Knight. Yes, he certainly doesn't seem to have an obvious motive. Then again, he wouldn't have been arrested for no reason either. I wonder what grounds they had for doing so. Oh shit. K the mind reader, bro. Why are you arrested, Mr. Saint? I just don't get it. Why won't he talk to me? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Whoa, he answered you, Mr. Edgeworth. Like he's not scared of you anymore. Thank goodness for small miracles. The cops burst into my house this morning out of nowhere. And before I knew it, I was here. These policemen, was there a prosecutor with them? Yes, some kid named DeWinner or something. Duh. Why he had duh? The rookie. I thought as much. So, did they interrogate you yet? What? I'm going to be interrogated by the cops? Well, yeah, I mean, you've been arrested. You're a suspect now. No. Won't the detectives shout at me and threaten me? And they're always these hulking guys, right? Get in your face and force you to... Detective Dick Gumshoe reporting for duty. See? I told you. Please don't hurt me. Please don't crush me with those huge arms. No, please. I'm calling the cops. What's up with this guy, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, nothing, detective. You're just being you. I guess it's just how you are. I don't get it, sir. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, Simeon is clearly innocent. So there's gotta be something we can do for him, isn't there? Mr. Saint. Yes? You were Mr. Knight's friend, and 2 days ago you came to visit him. You had nothing at all to do with his murder. Is my understanding correct? Yes, I didn't kill anybody. Very well, then I'll choose to believe you, and I'll do all that I can to assist you. Huh? Why would you help a nobody like me? Let's just say that I may not be doing it solely for your sake. I had something of a personal interest in this case. Yeah, these two bums. But at least Gavelle is nice to look at. Not this winner motherfucker, dog. That's right. Payback time. We'll show those two whose investigation reigns supreme. Ooh yeah, now we're cooking. Unfortunately, I still lack the authority to conduct said investigation. As such, my resources are rather limited, and I'll need to lean heavily on the ones I do have at hand. Which means you, Mr. Shane. Your information will be invaluable going forward. This music, bro. The music in the second game is going insanely hard, bro. In other words, let's see if we can't help one another out, shall we? Oh, I just thought of something. Why don't you just borrow an attorney's badge? Then you can represent our pal here. Oh, no way. We beat a defense attorney? Phoenix! Phoenix! Now's not the time for jokes, gummy. I mean, Mr. Edgeworth is a prosecutor. He couldn't defend anyone if his life depended on it. He's done it once already. But I wasn't kidding. I just thought, helping suspects, that's what a defense attorney does, you know? Sure, but we can do that too. The only thing that matters is that we find the real culprit in the end. So come on, let's get to work. Yes, ma'am. I'm sure you know already, but just to be clear, if our investigation ultimately proves you to be the culprit, we'll have no choice but to treat you like any other suspect. But you needn't worry. I believe you. Or at least, I have decided to try. For now. Wow, Edgeworth. Real vote of confidence there, buddy. Just hold tight and try to believe in us in return. If nothing else, it might help you feel a little less alone. Now, if you'll excuse me. Man, Edgeworth is... Man, like I said before, these games have allowed me to respect Edgeworth a lot more. So we talked a good game in there. But we can't even get back inside the main prison to see the scene of the crime. Oh, shit. Maybe defending the guy in court is our best bet after all. Gummy! Can't defend for his life, remember? Well, who do we have here? Oh my god, hey Fender. Isn't Edgeworth and the gang? What are you cats doing here? Listen, pal, if you come to harass Mr. Edgeworth again, I'll... Hey, easy there, Detective Flatfoot Sholmes. I'm here to work. Work? What? You're here to defend somebody? Whoa, who? Whoa, the K-Meister nails it in one. Aren't you just an uber-intelligent intelligentes of one of the bunch. Uber intelligentes? That's not how you use either of those words, Fender. Some may say I am an easygoing old rogue about town, but I'm actually not a half-bad attorney. Which is why I've been summoned to the old jailer-rooney for a meeting with a new client. The suspect is one Simony Sainsbury. You mean Simeon Saint? Wow, that's freaky. You know more about my job than I do. Wait, Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender's a defense attorney. Aren't you thinking what I'm thinking? I fear I might be, in fact. Could be our only option. Or we can call Phoenix. But, what do we know, bruh? Not so long ago, I found myself embroiled in another case that wasn't mine. I managed to worm my way onto the crime scene by agreeing to be a certain someone's subordinate. Not an experience I ever wanted to repeat, but I fear I may have little choice. Fender, before you say another word, I just gotta point out the fine print. Eddie Fender doesn't take on associates. Say it ain't so. I hear you're protesting, but pompous prosecutors are a no-go. Especially those of the Von Karma variety. I should have known he wouldn't forgive me that easily. I understand why you wouldn't want to work with someone like me. What's more, I understand how you feel about all the things Von Karma. About all things Von Karma. But please, believe me when I say, I'm not the man I was back then. I'm no longer under my old mentor's spell. You better believe it, pal. Mr. Edgeworth is a changed man. Sure, he used to be the demon prosecutor. But he's not like that anymore. Aw. I do have feelings, detective. Aw. Gummy's right. Mr. Edgeworth's one of the good guys now. He's not just a prosecutor, he's a hero. Somebody cutting onions? He just got me off the hook just last month. You don't say. Well, that escalated quickly. But he was. There's no other word for it. He was heroic. Great thiefly even. Please, Fender, don't you think there's something odd about the way the committee stepped in yesterday? There's more to this case than meets the eye. I'm certain of it. I can't just walk away from this. I can't. Please allow me to help you with this investigation. Oh. Sheesh. A bow from the great Miles Edgeworth? Never thought I'd see the day, but here we are. So enlighten me, if you will. What made the leopard change his spots? Well, I suppose I would have to say the courtroom itself. I've experienced so many things and met so many people there within its four walls. Including some old friends who show me a better way to be. How could that not change a person? Well, I'll be. The old you would have never bared his soul like that. That was beautiful. Aw, bring it here, buddy. You might have even surprised you know who, and know how much that takes. Tell you what, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start again with a clean slate. So, this is me. Edgeworth & Co. Law Offices. Eddie Fender, senior partner. Edgeworth? That's right. Mr. Fender here began his legal career. Oh, with his dad. Oh, shit. As an assistant to my late father, Gregory Edgeworth. What? Your dad was a defense attorney. So the you-know-who Mr. Fender keeps talking about is... The clever K-Meister nails it and won yet again. That's right, I was talking about his old man. Guess you all noticed I kept his name over the door, so to speak. At least like I do for old Gregory, really. Listen, Edgeworth. Miles. I'm going to level with you here. I don't trust you. Not fully, anyway. I just can't forget about all those years you spent licking Von Karma's boots, you know? Anyone can say they've changed. I'm going to need you to prove it. And besides, you know it's what Gregory would have wanted. Very well. I accept. Okay. And that's enough hardball for one day. Let's move on to the fun stuff. I hereby appoint you interim associate of Edgeworth & Co. Congrats, man. I will try not to let you down. Oh, doesn't this bring a tear to the eye? The prodigal son coming on board as his late father's firm. Permission to come on board too? Please, Mr. Fender? You don't even have to ask, kiddo. Welcome to the crew. Woohoo! Thanks, Captain. All right, I guess it's time to go to work. So, Where to begin? Any bright ideas, Miles? Where were we when we were so rudely interrupted? Don't you, Fender, bruh. Well, I guess it's safe to say that probably wasn't the victim. That was more likely to have been the person who found his body. I believe we need to speak with the person who found the body. Just what I was thinking. Your associate? We do indeed. Still the type to smile and nod, I see. That will certainly make my life easier, boss. Now that that's decided, let's get going. What about me? I'm a detective. I can't just hop on board as an attorney's assistant like you guys. He has a point. I can't leave him adrift all on his own. Now, can I? Detective Gumshoe, I have a special assignment for you. You are to continue investigating the case under Mr. Winter. And if you happen to discover anything that seems useful, you are to notify me immediately. You are in a uniquely powerful position, Detective, and I'm going to need all the info you can pass our way. You can count on me, sir. Let's go. I'm a real pro when it comes to letting things slip to the defense. That is true. Trust me, I know. But just this once, those loose lips of yours might be what saves our ship. Throw the wide prison gates good, sirs, because here we come. So any idea how we track down whoever found the Bronxter's body, Miles? I think our best bet would be to simply ask around. Oh, don't you dare! Uh-oh. Who is this? Excuse me, but oh my, just look at you! Are you talking to me? Just fabulously chic, darling. Fabulously facial hair, so very, courant, don't you think? Enchanté, Mademoiselle. And much obliged. Defense attorney Eddie Fender at your service. Let's get things off on the right foot, shall we? A little embracer, perhaps? Oh ho ho! I like the sound of that. Oh! Oh! He is down for the count. Right on the kisser. Well, how else does one greet a new friend, Little smooch is entirely de rigueur, don't you think? Wow, talk about stealing a kiss. Indeed, an act so shameless, it puts even great thieves to shame. Oh, even the little fox is doing the wide open arms. Physical contact is so very important as a form of expression for our little family. Everyone in this lovely home will tell you as much. Hey, if everyone else is hip to that, I can be hip to that too. Sure. Fifi Lagarde, by the way, warden of this charming abode. You may call me Fifi, of course. So she's the warden of the entire detention center and prison facility, is she? Pleasure to meet you, Miss Lagarde. Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor, an associate of Mr. Fender's practice. I hope you don't mind me asking, but were you here in the prison yesterday? Oh, don't be silly, darling. Of course I was. Yesterday was a very important day, after all. Important in what way, exactly? A big meeting of some kind, perhaps? A meeting? Oh, heavens no. I couldn't think of anything worse. No, yesterday, the circus came to visit. Oh, my God. Simply spectacular event featuring some terrifically talented animals. Anyone had to be there. If you were at home, you were watching the show with me. The performer set up a special stage in the yard just for us. We are one very lucky family. This says Pas. So she was at the circus performance for the inmates yesterday morning. Mr. Carcerado mentioned a show yesterday as well. You must have been talking about the same thing. What time did the show take place? From around 8 until 10, maybe? Yeah, something like that. Meaning it finished right around when the body was discovered. And by dinner having attended the show, she has a reasonably solid alibi. Oh, would you look at the time? Sorry, darling, but I really must dash. Feel free to explore our home. Mi casa, su casa, and all that. Ciao for now. Fender really just got, like, straight up smooched. Well, what now, Mr. Edgeworth? The person who found the body screamed, and that scream was heard by one inmate we know of. Therefore, I'll first ask to question this inmate and see where his information will take us next. Right on the kisser. She seems to have given you quite a shock. And why is that? I thought you were a man of the world. Yeah, well, I'm all for saying hi with a hug, but going straight for the kiss? Pull your boots, am I right? Woo me a little before puckering up. That's all I have. Wow. I never would have pegged you as the shy type. That's not the issue, I think, here, okay? Listen, Miles, I've been meaning to ask. Does that frown of yours turn upside down? An assistant with a permanent scowl on his face is bad for business, you know. I don't see any reason why an associate attorney needs to smile. And that's how I know you've never worked in a private practice. It's all about building trust, man. You gotta create rapport with your clients. Smile here, a wink there, hug to break the ice, and a card to show you're legit. Otherwise, they'll never open up. Yes, well, to each their own, Fender. I'll give it to you straight. Running the biz was tough going at first. I mean, Gregory Edgeworth, man, those are some pretty big shoes to fill. I see. What kind of cases does the firm take on? I'd be better asking them what we don't. We do murders, parking fines, the whole 9 yards. Our basic principle is this: everyone deserves a defense. So you've never refused a request? Well, let's just say I have a certain preferences in the clients I work with. But didn't you just say that everyone deserves a defense? I'm just messing with you, little sis. Of course we treat all our clients the same. I mean, Gregory's name is still above the door. I've got to live up to his ideals, you know? And that means always doing my best for everyone. Edgeworth & Co., the firm my father built, huh? Hello, anybody in there? Nice try, kiddo, but this isn't a bathroom stall. Yo, you there, could you help us out here, my good man? Yes, sir. What can I do for you? Is somebody using this workshop right now? Yes, sir. One of the prisoners is in there. Just confirmed it myself during the noontime roll call. I'd like to speak to this prisoner, if that's all right. Sure. I'll go fetch him right now. Won't take a sec. This one's all yours, Milesy boy. What? Why? Let's just say I'd rather not roll the dice on someone I don't know yet. Huh. I thought adults were all supposed to be strong and brave. Huh. Well, you're not looking so brave yourself right now, so let's call it even. Here they come. Who is it? Wow, it has been a long time coming for you, my friend. Wow, this guy was the first ever criminal in the first game. First case, first game. Hello, yes, hello? I hear you wish to speak with me? Not exactly the hardened criminal we were expecting, is he? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a public prosecutor. Prosecutor, you say? Oh, yeah, he's gonna get pissed. Mr. Sawit, is that what his name was? Yeah, Mr. Sawit. Eddie Fender, attorney at law. What happened to being too scared to handle this? Listen, sorry about my pal here. He gets the weirdest ideas. Prosecutor, indeed. That'll be the day. He's actually just an associate. Jeez, Miles, get a grip, will ya? Ugh, he's right. Mustn't forget that I'm a defense attorney's assistant for the time being. Ah, that explains it. I didn't think you looked a little different from the prosecutor I spoke with yesterday. So he's already spoken to Winner. Yeah, Mr. Sawit. Yo, that stupid name. Would you mind answering a few questions? No, of course not. I'd be delighted. The name's Sawit. Frank Sawit. The witness is all yours, my young associate. Sure, have the answer to do everything, why not? Mr. Sawit, you are no doubt aware that a murder took place yesterday. Would you mind telling us where you were at the time the body was found? Yes, I was in that workshop there, working as one might expect. What kind of work were you doing? Well, I'm actually retraining at the moment. Retraining at the moment. I'm hoping to become a stylist, you see. A pet stylist, that is, yes. So I've been studying hard and practicing every moment I can. An unusual field of study befitting of an unusual prison, I suppose. And that's it, I certainly didn't see anything. Interesting, I barely asked him anything at all and he's already sweating bullets. This guy, bro, this guy. So, yes, I'm afraid I won't be able to help you, sorry.
Hold it!
No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Sawit, for this interview has only just begun. Well, I mean, if you were to ask me, you know something, don't you? It's that he's definitely hiding something. I'll need to push him a little harder if I'm gonna get any answers. Mind chess with Sawit is crazy. The first step is to analyze the situation. Let's take a look at our opponent. 3? I didn't see anything. I really can't help you, I'm afraid. Something tells me he'd be a good poker player. It's hard to tell much at all from his face. I don't think he'll be giving me much in the way of physical cues either. I'll have to rely solely on his words instead. That's the only way I know what's going on underneath. Alright, time to make my first move. Let's see who we're dealing with here. He may be good at hiding his emotions, but everyone has a tell. Mind chess. Commence. Tell me, what's your connection to this incident? Which incident? The murder? Oh, well, it has nothing at all to do with me. Nothing. Really? I wouldn't dream of getting involved in anything as ghastly as that. Yeah, alright, solid. Let me guess, you saw it this one too, bro? This guy's so dumb. Well, you see, how can I put this? Well, I like to think of myself as an upstanding citizen, a good person, if you will. Forgive me, Mr. Sawa, but under normal circumstances, good people do not tend to end up in prison. But that's... So you do well to tell me what you know about the incident. How many times do I have to tell you people? I mean, I don't know anything, I swear. Sorry, I don't know what to say, but I can't help you. My apologies, Mr. Sawa. But considering that the incident occurred right here in the prison, I find it very hard to believe that you know nothing at all. Oh, well, yes, I suppose I can see how it might seem unlikely, but it's true. If you're looking for the person who found the body, you have to look elsewhere. What do you think I'm looking for the person who found the body? I certainly never mentioned anything of this, any such thing to you. It's because you do know something you're not telling me after all? No, I just sense that that's who you might be looking for, that's all. I'm simply a pet stylist and trainer. I don't know anything, truly. There's no doubt about it. This man is hiding something big. In which case, let's find out what he did yesterday, the day of the incident. My opponent's very good at hiding his true feelings, but not for long. Time to smash that mask of his and see what lurks behind that phony smile. What's up, Toady? Tell me about the day of the incident. If you really don't have anything to do with the murder, then you have nothing to hide, right? Well, the day of the incident? Oh gosh, I mean, so much happened. What was it like here in the prison yesterday morning? I really don't remember. I don't have the best memory, I'm afraid. I don't have a clue as to how to push that conversation forward. Try another tag. I want to know what you were doing, Mr. Sawa, in detail. I told you, I'm a pet stylist in training. And that's what I was doing yesterday. Training. Specifically, I was giving the animals a trim. You didn't notice any commotion at the time of the incident? I would imagine things were suddenly quite tumultuous around here. Well, commotion, you say? No, not really. Maybe I heard someone, but... You heard someone? Was this someone screaming by any chance? Hey, don't try to tell me you don't remember. You continue to assert that you know nothing about the incident, Mr. Sawa, but I'm afraid I don't believe a word of it. God! No, I thought I heard someone yelling, but I don't really remember. The fact that he heard a scream at the time of the murder may well prove to be a useful clue. I would do well to bear that in mind. You don't remember? Please! You literally just confirmed that you heard a scream. Oh, but I might have been mistaken. The truth is, I really don't remember. Your memory fails you yet again? How convenient. But I know you're lying, Mr. Sawa. How dare you talk to me like... I mean, I'm not lying. I love how he just sits there in silence. Look, if you must know, When I'm working with the animals and I get into the zone, they're all I see. Am I to understand you have something of a talent for animal grooming then? Well, my scissor technique could use a little work, but I think I'm quite good with the animals. They seem to like me. I'm especially good at calming them down when they get scared. Scared? And when exactly do they get scared? Surely it doesn't happen very often. Well, no, thankfully it doesn't. A loud scream would certainly frighten the animals, wouldn't it? Why are you going to such lengths to deny having heard the scream? What is it you're hiding, Mr. Sawit? Tell me. I can assure you I'm not hiding anything. I'll admit, I really did hear somebody scream, but I'm not hiding anything, I promise. The mask is finally beginning to crack. Now to shatter it completely by asking the scream itself in more detail. I'm afraid you're about to learn a painful lesson, Mr. Sawit. The hiding things from me never ends well for my opponent. When did you hear this scream? Oh, wait. Now I remember. I forgot about the show. They put on a show for us prisoners around the time of the incident, you see. Yes, performing animals. If I remember rightly, that's where I was in the morning. So now you wish to claim that you didn't hear a scream because you were at the show? Did you realize that goes completely against everything you've told me so far? What are you gonna do about it, huh? That is, my memory is patchy, as they say. The animal show really had to be seen to be believed. It did it? Tell me, what kind of animals did you see? Let me think. Hail? Enough of your lies. You were nowhere near the show, were you? Well, I seem to remember being there, but maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. It's clear Mr. Sawit wasn't at the show. This feels like a vital clue. Who'd you hear screaming? Wait, I just realized I made a mistake. When the incident happened, I was out in the yard. Yes. So, I didn't hear anyone screaming. No one at all. Time to deploy my clue. How long are you planning to keep up these lies? I already know that you weren't at the show. The game's up, Mr. Sawit. It's high time you told me the truth. I demand to know about this scream, now. I can't tell you what I don't know. I didn't hear any scream, not from the person who found the body. How curious. Most people would assume that the scream had to come from the victim. So then why do you think it came from the person who found the body, I made a mistake, that's all. How, Mr. Sawit? How did you know that it was the person that found the body you screamed? It's dumb. Oh, Mr. Sawit. Shall I tell you? You knew, because it was you who found the body. And the scream that was heard when the incident occurred didn't come from the victim. It came from you. How did you... It's true, I admit it, but... what gives you the right to treat people like this? Checkmate. Got his ass. Boom, 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 boom. Now that we've established that you were the one who found the body, Mr. Sawit, I believe you have lost any standing you might have had to withhold your cooperation. All right, you win. But I'm sure I won't have anything useful to tell you. It probably isn't even worth your time. That's not for you to decide. By my hand, the truth will be revealed. Every decision I make is to ensure that end. Except, that's not exactly what we're here to do, is it? What do you mean? We're not trying to expose the truth. We're trying to save Simeon. That's what we do now, remember? We work to get our client out of trouble. Not as a prosecutor, but as a defense attorney's assistant. What the K-Meister said, you need to listen to the kid more, you know. client has requested the services of Edgeworth & Co. As your old man always said, your relationship with your client comes before everything else. So if you think Mr. Saint's well-being has taken a back seat to some quest for the truth, let's just say I don't like to fire people, so I need you to fight against your instincts a little harder, yeah? This will take some getting used to. In any case, the importance of this man's testimony remains unchanged. Therefore, Mr. Sawit, I am asking once more, what happened when you found the body? I was in that workshop there by myself, practicing what I had learned. I don't remember how, but I found myself in front of the door to the other workshop. I happened to peek through the little window. And then I saw him lying there, man, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself screaming in sheer terror. Let me get this straight. The room you were in is next to the one where the corpse was found. Yes, that's right. I was in Workshop B. And you were there the whole day? Yes, from the 7 a.m. roll call onwards. There are 3 roll calls a day, you see. 7 a.m., noon, and 9 p.m. And they check who's in the workshops during roll call, correct? That's right. Nothing was reported to be amiss at 7 a.m., which means that Knight's body wasn't in the workshop yet at that point in time. Guess that means the murder took place after 7 a.m. Which puts it right around the time that the show was happening. Ah, yes, the show. I remember the other prisoners going to see it. And therefore, anybody who wasn't at the show has no alibi. Would that be a fair assessment, Mr. Sawit? I guess so, but I only found the body, I swear. There's a clear contradiction in Mr. Sawit's testimony. Rooting it out should be my first priority. So technically, right now, Edgeworth is a defense attorney. Technically.
Hold it!
What exactly were you practicing? Had to be a pet stylist, of course. I'm a model prisoner, after all. Alright, Sawit. So he keeps saying.
Hold it!
You found yourself there? Really? That's right. And then I found myself peeking through the little window in the door. Why do you think to do that? Gosh, I don't know. I just found myself doing it, really. You clearly weren't concentrating on your own work then. No, that's not true. I'm a model prisoner. It's just all the other prisoners had gone to watch the show. I guess I was, well, kind of lonely. Like being stuck at school after everybody else had gone home, huh? Yes, exactly like that. Anyway, I found myself in front of the door to the other workshop and...
Hold it!
Does that mean you didn't get a good look inside? No, I couldn't. The window was not only small, but it had bars over it, you see. Not exactly a panoramic view. They're just so the guards can check on what's going on, right? Hold on, you know what? They're just the guards. They're just so the guards can check on what's going on, right? That's right, yes. That's right, yes. You're a very knowledgeable young lady. You bet. I guess you could say I know a little something about prisons now, too. I'll have to remind myself to address this newfound interest later. Anyways, yes, I peeked in through the little window in the workshop door.
Hold it!
Could you tell right away if it was a man or a woman? It was clearly a man. His physique, his clothes. It was also very clear that he was dead. You could tell just by peeking through that little window. Let's just say that this wasn't my first dead body. Sure. What? You mean you're in prison for... To my eternal shame, yes. This was, however, for the first time I'd seen another person's handiwork up close, so... Handiwork, he says.
Hold it!
Do you recall how exactly you screamed? Any words you might have used? No. I remember that I screamed. Folks don't tend to remember how much when they're busy crying out in terror, Miles. Exactly. So yes, I screamed. That's all I remember. He presents himself as an innocent bystander, but nothing can be further from the truth. Given what he is, things couldn't have happened as his claims. Contradicting his testimony is as clear as day. I just need to present the evidence that proves it. Bracelets are detected.
Objection!
Saw it. Pathetic. Enough of these pathetic... Nice. Enough of these pathetic lies, Mr. Sawit. Hold on, bro. He said the word, bro. I gotta do it. I'm afraid you've rather lost sight of what you are. What I am? I know precisely what I am. I'm a former newspaper salesman who's trained to be a pet stylist.
Hold it!
But that's not all you are, is it? Or did you forget the bracelet you were wearing around your wrist? A bracelet that marks you as a prisoner and therefore unable to move around as you please. As we both know, stepping outside that door would have sounded an alarm. Well, that's... But there's no other way you could have looked into the other workshop without leaving the room you were in. Woo-wee! Stylishly done, Edgeroo. But doesn't this mean that Mr. Sawa couldn't have found the body then? Good question, okay? Perhaps Mr. Sawa himself could explain. So actually, I may have forgotten to mention one very important detail. Sorry about that. I can explain exactly how I was able to see the body if you like. By all means, go ahead. Bro got dumpstered by Phoenix, and I was getting dumpstered by Edgeworth. There's a little trick we prisoners know about, you see. As long as you leave your bracelet inside the door, you can lean out without triggering the alarm. That's how I was able to peek through the window, into the workshop next door. Inside, I spotted the victim's dead body, which made me scream in fright. So he's saying... He was able to take a look next door because he had kept his arm inside the workshop B as he leaned out. Please don't tell anyone about our little trick, especially not the guards. I better dig a little deeper into his testimony just in case.
Hold it!
Like I said, this second game's got a lot of bangers. Tell me some more about this trick, Mr. Sawit. Of course. It's quite simple, really.
Hold it!
I suppose this allows you to enjoy a little taste of freedom? It does, to be honest. It's one of the few things that brings me joy anymore. A rather surprising source of joy, but rule breaking isn't exactly a demonstration of remorsefulness, is it? Oh, but I am remorseful. I always am. I'm a model prisoner after all. I'm beginning to suspect that he doesn't know what a model prisoner actually is. So you used this trick to peek through the window. That's right, yes. I made sure the guard wasn't looking and leaned out to the corridor.
Hold it!
Why'd you make such an effort just to take a look? Well, you see, I heard noises coming from next door, and that room was supposed to be empty, so I thought it was strange. And you went to look as soon as you heard these noises? Yes, of course. I had to see what was going on, so I went right away. I see. Are there any problems with what Mr. Sawit just said? Of course there is. You claim that you looked into the next room as soon as you heard some noise. If that's the case, you must have seen more than just a dead body. Because the person who made the noises should have been in there too. That's, You got him quaking in his boots, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Sawit, tell us about the truth about what you saw. You do, of course, have the right to remain silent, but it will do little to dispel the notion that you were somehow involved in this crime. I'm sorry. I did see something else, but it's too insane to believe. I would have thought I might have dreamt it. That's why I wasn't sure if I should mention it. Just tell us what you saw. All right. It was that dog. And what I saw is the stuff of nightmares. That huge black dog had sunk his terrible teeth into the victim's throat. What did you say? It was hellish, utterly hellish. That beast, that awful beast, he killed him. Ugh, suddenly I don't feel so good. Sheepers creepers, that's awful. Talk about traumatizing. It was dreadful, horrible. Now you know why I couldn't help but scream. So there's a man-eating dog in the prison's animal population, is there? Dog. And that really is everything, I promise. You believe me, don't you? For now. This one seems too far-fetched to lie, even for you. I'd like you to append what you just told your testimony, if you don't mind. Very well.
Hold it!
How much do you remember about the man you saw? I remember everything. Let's see. He had blonde hair and his neck was covered in blood because he was dead. Yes, we know that, Mr. Sawa. Thank you very much. I'm just telling you what I saw. I thought you attorneys were obsessed with the little details. There's some serious venom behind those words. I wonder why. Because Phoenix put his ass down. Something tells me he may not have had the best experiences with defense attorneys in the past. Bro was Phoenix Wright's first victim.
Hold it!
And a long line. You sure this black dog was biting the victim's throat? Yes, there was blood everywhere. The beast's mouth was dripping with it, and... Whoa, 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 spare us the gory details, will ya? What about the victim? Was he... Don't say it, don't say it. Do you really need to ask him that, Mr. Edgeworth? Ow, okay, what was that punch for? I'm on your side here. He wasn't moving at all, he was just lying there. Meaning he was already dead. There was so much blood just oozing from his neck. Oh, he was as dead as a doornail, I'm sure of that. Now you the twitch of a finger, just lifeless. Enough already, why do you have to go into every little detail like that? Let's give you a nice and accurate testimony. That is what you want, isn't it? Shall I add what I've said in my testimony, Mr. Edgeworth? Please do. It was awful, I tell you, terrible.
Hold it!
I already know what it is. You paint a very vivid picture. Well, I had a front row seat, I suppose. I could almost feel the agony of the poor man's final moments. I don't think I'll be getting any sleep tonight, Mr. Edgeworth. You won't? Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, and it's all your fault for pressing him for more gory details. I'll be having nightmares tonight myself. It's all still so fresh in my memory.
Hold it!
A snowflake motif in relief. You seem to have a very clear memory of this ring, Mr. Sawit. Oh, I used to go to the door to door selling newspaper subscriptions, you see. I had to take the people in at a glance, their appearance, their mood, that sort of thing. Figuring out who exactly you're dealing with is the first step in any sale. Except in this case, you were figuring out a corpse. What can I say? Force of habit. One that served me very well in my sales career, if I do say so myself. Even so, you seem to remember things to an uncanny level of detail. I suppose. Nevertheless, it's true. I remember the ring, the relief of it, all of it. Is what he's saying even plausible, though? I know! Grah! I know, Miles. So Knight was bitten in the throat by a dog that lives here in the prison. Not the most plausible of explanations, I have to say. Well, they do say that pets take after their owners, but there are some things they shouldn't take after, not if they're supposed to help reform their owners. Otherwise, what's the point of having an animal therapy program? I should probably ask Mr. Sawit a little bit more about this dog.
Objection!
Sawit. Yes, I saw it clear as day. It was carved in such fine detail. Interesting. Your testimony is certainly very accurate. In fact, I'd say it's just a little too accurate. Oh shit, my fault. And what's wrong with being too accurate? I mean this. You testified to having seen a ring with a snowflake design on it. While the victim did indeed have a ring on his finger. See? Exactly as I said. There's no way you could have seen it. Take a look at this photograph. As you see, the victim's right hand was covered by a tarp. It would have been impossible for you to see his ring, let alone what design was on it. Unless, that is, you approached the body, removed the sheet. You told us earlier you took a long, thorough look. You took a look through the window in the door. Yeah, you seem to have quite a lot from such a disadvantaged location, Mr. Sawit. Who the heck do you think you are, huh, Mr. Big Shot, acting like you know it all? I mean, I saw what I saw, I swear. Oh, I know, the man's arm. Must have moved under that tarp after I peeked in.
Objection!
Bro was long dead. Nonsense. You already told us that you can't, that can't have been the case. You said it yourself that the victim was already dead, and a dead man don't move, do they? Ooh-wee! Is that the stench of desperation I smell? What are you hiding, Mr. Sawit? Tell us. No, you're wrong. I know what I saw. Oh, shit. Not the hair. Not the hair again, bruh. You couldn't let it go, could you? Had to keep on poking and prodding. You slimy two-bit associate attorney. Seems the real Mr. Sawit has finally revealed himself. Whoa, that's quite the rug he was rocking. Gazed straight at you like some kind of flying black cat. Look, I'm just a sweet, innocent witness here. But are you really? Because I must say, I have doubts. Very serious doubts. What's that supposed to mean? You saw something that should have been impossible to see from the outside the workshop. So how did you do it? That's simple. Mr. Sawit, this is where you were standing when you saw the body.
Take that!
You were in the same room as the body. That's the only way you could have seen the relief on the rig. Huh. Say what you want, but you don't have a shred of evidence, do you? Nothing to prove I was in that room with the body anyway. You can't prove it, can you? Because I was in the next room over, minding my own business and looking after the animals. Why else would I have signed out a pair of rubber gloves? For fun? And there you go. Now put up or shut up. I want to see evidence that proves I was in that room with the body.
Take that!
Pathetic, Sawit. Pathetic. Remind me, Mr. Sawit, what were you doing when you discovered the body? How many times I was practicing my pet styling technique. Of course. Then perhaps this rubber glove might mean something to you? This glove was found by the victim's body. I believe it was dropped by the killer. And I can't help but notice that you have a similar glove tucked into your apron. No, this one's different.
Hold it!
Yes, that one does seem awfully lonely, doesn't it? It's just a rubber glove. There are hundreds of them all over the prison. This doesn't prove anything.
Objection!
Not yet, perhaps, but if we were to ask the police to check this glove for prints, I have a feeling the results would be rather fascinating. Oh, shit. What is happening here? That was weird. It's over.
Objection!
What the? Who was that? That was a pretty rad objection, am I right? Please, Fender, now is not the time for tomfoolery. That was his objection? That was a badass objection. But I have a legit objection, because this isn't over. There's something that still doesn't make sense. I can do the hydrate right now, though. Our man here's a prisoner, right? And he's got one of those bracelet doohickeys on. That's true, so how could he have left his workshop in the first place? His bracelet would have triggered the alarm if he tried. Right. I don't have a good explanation for that yet. Well, anything you'd like to share, good buddy? We're all friends here. That's weird. He should be clinging on to that bracelet like the big round lifesaver it is. In what way? As in, it's the best hope our wig-flinging friend here has for getting off the hook of murder. Sorry, can't get into the crime scene with the bracelet on. If it was me, I'd be arguing that for my life. And yeah, he hasn't said a peep about it. I wonder why that might be, The sound of silence. I suppose Miss Law Priestess did preach that silence is golden yesterday, too. Fuck, I missed it! That was pretty badass. Whoa, you sound like an actual attorney for a second there, Mr. Fender. Oh, shit. The worst of times are when lawyers calmly show our biggest smiles. It's close enough to what Phoenix says. Gregory taught me that. It was part of the attorney's code he lived by. So, friend, what's the dealio? Why so coy about your bracelet? Well, to tell you the truth, it's broken. Broken? I fell over a little while back, you see, and I hit it on the floor. After that, it didn't seem to set the sensors off anymore. I should have told the guards about it, I know, but, well, it was awfully convenient. I see, so your bracelet's broken. But do they really break that easily? If so, then this prison has a serious security problem. You there! Could we have a moment? Aw, aren't you just the newest... Aren't you just the cutest? Ahem! Meow, how can I help you, sir? The prisoner's bracelet appears to be broken. What? Really? That's not good. I'll get someone to find a replacement right away. Thank you. We'll keep hold of the broken one for the time being. Of course, sir. I trust you'll take good care of it. Can we try it? Sweet. Bracelet sorted. Now to turn our murderer in, yeah? What? No, I didn't kill anybody. Whoa there, Palio. You were the one who said yourself your bracelet was out of commission. Or there were other inmates freely... Or were there other inmates freely roaming the halls while everybody was busy watching the show? No, I found the body, that's all, I promise. And when I did, that enormous dog still had his mouth wrapped around the poor man's neck. I only went into the workshop after the beast had left. Why'd you go in? Well, oh, fine, I wanted to go through his pockets, okay? He was going to rob the corpse? That explains why he remembers Knight's ring in so much detail. Hey, why are you looking at me like that? I'm a great thief. I never stoop so low as to steal from a... Well, I didn't steal anything either. The show ended just after I entered the room and all. The other inmates came trickling downstairs thereafter. I panicked, rushed back to the other workshop, and started my fake screaming. You dropped the club in your haste, huh? I guess this is all just about hanging together. Anything smells funky to you, Miles? Other than whether Mr. Selwood is the one who did it, I'd say one very significant question still remains. The question is how Knight made it into the prison proper from his holding cell in the detention center. Ooh, yeah, that one's a doozy. I also can't help but wonder another key feature of Mr. Selwood's testimony. Dog. That dog's involvement can only mean one thing. Mr. Selwood. Yes? What is it? Were you the only prisoner who didn't go watch the show? Well, no. There was one other who didn't. Am I right in thinking that this person couldn't have watched the show even if he wanted to? Yes, how did you... I knew it. I had my suspicions when we first ran into that black dog yesterday, but this confirms it. For a criminal that dangerous to end up in a place like this is unbelievable. But where's this person's cell? You're going to see him? Ah, what are we talking about here? Him! He's not like the other prisoners, you know. He's special. Gets treated like royalty. But you didn't hear that from me. All I say is, if you value your life, you'll stay well away from him. What? Will you please stop trying to scare us all the time? A big cheese, huh? Well, I, for one, definitely value my life, so that sucks. They keep him in maximum security. Which is over there. What are they talking about? Maximum security. Well, that's certainly one way of treating someone differently. Wait a second. No way. If I'm thinking of... No way. Alright, quit being so mysterious to tell us who he is already. Is it Manfred? Why do I feel like it's Manfred? Let's just say he's highly skilled when it comes to people's lives. Better than anyone, in fact. It's definitely Manfred. And, that's all I'm prepared to say on the subject. In fact, I may have already said too much. Well, Milesy, anything you care to share? Or are you going to leave K and I in the dark here, too? The mystery man in maximum security. It's an old acquaintance. Manfred von Karma. Let's go pay him a visit. I suspect we'll find our dark canine friend there, too. Oh, is that his dog? Oh my god. They let him have his dog in here, dog? Oh, wait. Let's go say hi to Manfred, why don't we? Wow, it's pitch black in there. I can't see a thing. Didn't you say that the Yatagarasu takes flight even in the dead of night or something? Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight. One alone soars to shine the light of righteousness on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief Yatagarasu. Whoa, you are one powerful performer. Thanks, but that doesn't help me see in the dark. I'm a human, not a three-legged raven. Eek. Whoa. Yeah. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. Objection. So that's why he's barking at Miles. That voice. I knew it. It's been far too long. You remember me? I could hardly forget now, could I? After all, you are the one who put me away. Mr. Edgeworth, are you talking to that dog? Or is there someone else in there? Still can't see a dang thing. Oh, but I am forgetting myself. Forgive me. I do not often receive visitors. One moment. I will turn on the lights. What the fuck? That is not Manfred. What the fuck? That is not Manfred. Oh, wow. You are a heavy-footed lot. Am I right in thinking there are 3 of you in all? Very well. Perhaps we should start by introducing ourselves. I am Bodhidharma Canis. Bodhidharma Canis. What's the pun on that one? As you may have gathered, Mr. Edgeworth and I are old acquaintances. Canis was a notorious assassin. Some knew him as the Blind Butcher. His only weapons were a vicious hunting hound and a fearsomely sharp knife. Oh, and they let bro have his dog in here? Wow. His appearance was also announced by the sound of bells, the last sound his victims would ever hear. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I to guess why you have to come to see me? You know why I'm here. In fact, I'm willing to bet you know every detail of this sordid little affair already. But I suppose we have nothing to hide from one another. Damn! Oh, that was kind of cool. Your faithful canine friend is currently the chief suspect in a murder investigation. The person who found the body saw a dog with its mouth around the victim's throat. Your witness is mistaken. Helma is a gentle soul. He is my eyes, nothing more. It is absurd to think that he would do such a thing, isn't it, boy? Yes, it is. You're a good boy, aren't you? Helma is more than a mere seeing eye dog, and he's certainly no good boy. He's also a trained killer. A weapon once used in this man's sordid trade. This witness of yours, he is trustworthy, I assume? Ugh, Solid's anything but trustworthy, and he's still very much a suspect himself. I can hardly claim that his testimony is beyond reproach. A no, then? I thought as much. Yes, I did, Helma. Yes. Figures that he's already knew who our witness was. What were you doing between 8 and 10 a.m. yesterday morning, Mr. Canis? During the show, you mean? I was here, ensconced in these humble surroundings. I've developed a passion for wood carvings, you see. An obsession, even. I was engrossed in it all morning. And you have a permission to engage in such a hobby? I can't believe someone would actually let you. The warden and I have a understanding. Understanding? That's ridiculous. This man shouldn't be allowed to let alone 5 chisels. Nothing but lethal weapons in his hands. I was carving Buddhist pieces at first, but by the 674th, my interest had begun to wane. Whoa, that must have taken forever. Time is all I have, child. In any case, my focus has now shifted to pieces such as these. Oh, wow. I didn't know you played chess. You play too, do you not, Prosecutor? Perhaps one day you might indulge me? Though you may find my game rather rudimentary. I only begin after my arrival here, I'm afraid. What's that piece? A dog with 3 heads? Ah, yes, the dogs of war. You must forgive my little joke. Chess is, after all, a game of war. Soldiers, knights, castles, all doing their utmost to protect the king, all loyal to the last. I've always thought it strange that such a game has no place for a dog. After all, what more loyal weapon can an army call upon? Still, it's simply a piece I made for fun. Fear not, I play by the regular rules and with the regular pieces. I can't imagine it's easy finding opponents to play here in prison, though. And I'm surprised for such a serial killer. He seems pretty well tamed. Oh, I have my correspondence. Correspondence chest, then. Sharing moves by post? Yes, even prisoners are allowed to send and receive letters. Their contents are inspected, of course. Although, I've yet to receive the details of my current opponent's next move. Dog chess piece. Why is that evidence? Sounds like this current opponent isn't a resident here. I suppose you know the identity of the deceased, Mr. Canis? His name was Bronco Knight, was it not? Poor unfortunate soul. I'm so sad about Bronco Knight, bro. I actually kind of liked him. You keep your ear to the ground. My ears are all I have, Mr. Edgeworth. Why am I not surprised that he's plugged into the prison's information network? But perhaps he was not so unfortunate after all. What do you mean? Mr. Knight's crime was a grave one. A crime for which he would have been made to pay dearly anyway. The attempted assassination of a president. That is no small matter. Attempted assassination? Wait, Mr. Edgeworth, didn't Mr. Knight... Yes, we proved that he murdered his team leader, and that there was no attempt on the president's life. Could it be? Are they attempting to cover up President Wang's fake assassination scheme? Whoa, 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 whoa there, cowboy. You're saying the Bronxster didn't actually have a pop at the Prez? I was hired to defend him on the charge of attempted murder. You mean you don't know what really happened? So what? They just blamed the whole assassination thing on Mr. Knight? It would explain why the committee was so keen to get involved. Of course, they took you out of the case to try and keep you away. Bastards! And swapped in that Wiener kid. Swapped in that Wiener kid to push through an attempted murder charge. In other words, they're trying to cover up the truth. Bro just called him Wiener. So they really were trying to frame him. According to the guards, this night, was it? They tell me he was violently insisting that he had attempted no assassination, which would have come out anyway when the case went to trial. I am no expert in legal matters, but allow me to say this one thing. I know for certain that he would not have been the first inmate in prison on false pretenses. An uncomfortable fact, but a fact nonetheless. Yes, Helmut? Yes, it is, yes. The courtroom is not always the bastion of truth you believe it to be, Mr. Edgeworth. No bastion of truth, huh? I've heard something to that effect before. Yes, from a certain Interpol agent who doesn't have much faith in prosecutors. Aya! There he is. Bring him back, bro. Bring him back. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors, too, are you? Fueled by the kind of thing. Is it any wonder that courts perceive nothing but falsities and lies? Sorry, but the truth doesn't need the likes of you to distort it today. Aya! I was never able to fully dispel his mistrust of prosecutors. Even Helmut understands. Don't you, Helmut? Yes, you do. The truth revealed in court and your deductions. It is dangerous to trust either implicity. I am not bitter. You are not the first to make me a subject of unfounded suspicions in recent days. In fact, I was visited by another prosecutor only yesterday. He was accompanied by a judge. They even dragged the warden along. Her distaste for me lingering unspoken in the air. Not those two again. Prosecutor Wiener and Judge Gavelle. They went over my cell with a fine-tuned comb, but they left empty-handed. They were looking for the murder weapon, I believe, to no avail. But I mustn't take it personally. Rumor has it that they searched every cell in the prison. And still failed to find what they were looking for. I pray they weren't too disappointed. Prison search. Well, that posed more questions than it answered. What do we do now? Sawit's testimony is flimsy at best. I'll need more proper evidence if I want to take Canis on this. Well, I think that's quite enough chit-chat for one day. Helmut will show you out. Good boy, Helmut. Go on now. He's not showing us out permanently, right? Let's get out of here. Come on. I love how Miles just stands there. Until next time, Mr. Canis. It does pain me that our brief time must end, just as we were becoming reacquainted. I await your return, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, get off the monkey mountain. God damn it. Now to gather the evidence I need to bolster my case. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. That's the best hiding spot you can find? It's alright, Kay. You can come down now. K-Con. Where's Fender? He ran off somewhere. I had no idea you could move that fast. Fender. So, what do we do now? You and I will continue the investigation, and I know just where to start. By solving that one particular mystery that's been dogging us the whole time. One of the prison workshops, but he was presumably being detained in one of the detention center's holding cells. So how did he wind up on the other side of those heavy security doors? Let's start by investigating the holding cells. In Mr. Knight's room, right? But what about Mr. Fender? I'm sure he'll find us when he's ready. Sure, but he is kind of our boss, isn't he? Oh well. The victim's cell is just over there. Lead the way, Mr. Edgeworth. I have just about had it. Who's that? Oh, this lady. Warden Lagarde. She must have come from the corridor marked no entry. He's still not talking, ma'am. Even with the evidence you borrowed from the precinct? No, and I've tried so many times I've lost count. What am I supposed to do? I can't send in a blank report. Guess a killer for hire was always going to be a tough nut to crack. Killer for hire? Oh! I couldn't help but overhearing Warren Lagarde, but were you just talking about Bodhi Dharma Canis? My, you were listening. How very gosh of you. A girl's privacy is her armor, you know. Do you normally conduct interrogations of the man yourself? Oh, it's not just him, darling. I try to have the occasional tete-a-tete. I don't know how to pronounce that. With everyone you see. I love the little fox, man. That's what it means to be a member of the family in this little home of ours. There isn't a person who hasn't made the pilgrimage to my office at least once. Your office? How sweet! He's angling for an invite. Well, I suppose it is the hottest ticket in town. It's down the corridor. It's down the corridor here, darling. But FYI, I don't let just anybody wander in willy-nilly. Let's see. That would put it right around here. It's a wonderful room, if I do say so myself. All my guests are rave about it. And who wouldn't want to view my fabulous garden in the yard? Ooh la la! The yard? It's anything like the rest of the place. It's probably full of adorable animals, right? Can I see? Oh, darling, it's so sweet of you to take an interest, but I'm afraid that's just not possible. Why not? Because you're not a member of our home. If you want to see it that badly, you just have to get convicted for doing something unspeakable. That's a rather steep price to pay. Oh, but just listen to me chatter your way like there's no tomorrow. It's time for Allie's lunchy brunch. The poor deer will be dying. Allie, the sweetest little deer in all the world. I know I shouldn't have favorites, but you know how it is. Now to the R with me. Ciao for now, darlings. Bye, lady. That big-ass fur coat. I want to ask you more about Candace, but she dominated that conversation from the start to finish. Well, let's go investigate the victim's cell, shall we?